12 cabin mistakes that will get you kicked off your cruise. Yes, that really happens. One minute you're settling into your dream cruise cabin, the next, there's a sharp knock at the door and security is standing outside. What you thought was harmless could get you in serious trouble with the cruise line. Doesn't matter if you're in an inside cabin or a luxury suite. Cruise ships have hidden cabin rules they never announce, but always enforce. Some of these slip-ups will drain your wallet. Others could get you kicked off the ship for good. I'm about to reveal the secret cabin mistakes experienced cruisers never make, while newcomers often find out the hard way. And trust me, tip number 11 could literally save your entire vacation. Let's dive in. Number 1. Never touch the minibar items, even with a beverage package. Most cruisers never realize that those tempting bottles in your cabin fridge aren't included in your beverage package. Cruise lines prefer you don't know this up front because minibar charges are pure profit, often marking up a simple water bottle by 400%. I learned this the expensive way when my son grabbed those tall Evian bottles thinking they were complimentary, racking up $60 in charges before we noticed. Here's what you need to know. Every single item in that mini bar is tracked by sensors. The moment you move something, it's automatically charged to your account. Even if you put it back immediately, you'll still see the charge. Pro tip: as soon as you board, call your cabin attendant and ask them to completely remove all minibar items from your cabin. They'll do this without question, and you'll eliminate any accidental charges. But removing minibar items is just the beginning of protecting yourself from hidden cruise cabin fees. Number 2. Smoking anything will get you kicked off. Cruise lines prefer you don't know how seriously they take their no-smoking policy because they don't want to scare away potential customers. Here's the reality. Smoking anything in your cabin, cigarettes, cigars, or even substances legal in your home state, will trigger smoke detectors that immediately alert security. You'll face immediate removal from the ship at the next port, no refunds, and you'll be responsible for your own flight home. This isn't just about cigarettes. Vaping is treated identically to smoking on cruise ships. The detectors can't distinguish between smoke and vapor, and neither can cruise security when they're escorting you off the ship. Pro tip: if you're a smoker, locate the designated smoking areas immediately after boarding. They're typically on exterior decks, usually near the casino or specific sections of the pool deck. Speaking of balconies, there's an even more dangerous mistake many cruisers make out there. Number 3. Your balcony isn't a smoking zone either. Most cruisers assume their private balcony means private rules, but cruise lines keep this safety secret quiet until it's too late. Balcony smoking is prohibited on virtually all major cruise lines because of fire risk and wind patterns that can blow smoke into neighboring cabins. I discovered this firsthand when I saw someone get a serious warning from security after lighting up on their balcony. The exceptions are rare. Some European cruise lines allow it, but Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, and Disney absolutely prohibit it. When you're caught, it's not just a warning, it's documented in your cruise record. Pro tip: if you must smoke, head to the designated outdoor areas. Don't risk your entire vacation for a few minutes of convenience. But there's something even more dangerous you might be doing on your balcony without realizing it. Number 4. Never create a wind tunnel effect. Cruise lines never warn you about this potentially dangerous mistake that could literally cost you a finger. When you open both your cabin door and balcony doors simultaneously, you create a powerful wind tunnel that can slam doors with tremendous force. One cruiser actually lost the tip of his finger when his balcony door slammed shut due to this pressure differential. Beyond injury risk, this wind tunnel will send everything in your cabin flying. Papers, clothes, even small electronics can get sucked right off your balcony and into the ocean. The physics are simple. Cruise ships move at 20+ miles per hour, creating massive air pressure changes. Pro tip: always ensure one door is completely closed before opening the other. If you need air circulation, use the cabin's ventilation system instead. This leads us to another balcony mistake that could end your cruise immediately. Number 5. Don't treat your balcony like a laundry room. Most cruisers never realize that hanging wet clothes on balcony railings is prohibited and can result in immediate removal from the ship. Cruise lines don't advertise this rule because they want you to feel like your balcony is your private space, but anything that can fly off creates a safety hazard for other passengers and environmental violations. That wet bathing suit or hand-wash shirt can easily blow off at sea, and when it does, you're liable for littering violations. More importantly, if fabric gets caught in the ship's systems, it can cause serious mechanical problems. Pro tip: use the retractable clothesline in your bathroom or invest in magnetic hooks that work on cabin walls. These create safe drying spaces without violating ship policies. Enjoying these insider cruise secrets? Smash the like button. It helps other smart cruisers find these tips too. Subscribe now and turn on notifications for even more hidden cruise hacks. Number 6. Never ignore your cabin attendant safety signals. Cruise lines prefer you don't know how much power your cabin attendant actually has over your cruise experience. These hard-working professionals are your first line of defense against problems, but they're also required to report safety violations. Being rude to them or leaving extreme messes can actually result in service refusal. And yes, they can escalate issues to security. I've heard of cases where cabin attendants refused to clean rooms until guests picked up items from the floor, citing safety concerns. Your cabin attendant works incredibly hard, often cleaning 15 to 20 rooms daily, and their reports carry significant weight with cruise management. Pro tip: always use your do not disturb and make up room signs properly. Your cabin attendant has master keys and will enter if they think the room is empty. You don't want them walking in during private moments. But there's one mistake with your cabin attendant that could cost you hundreds of dollars. Number 7. Don't remove automatic gratuities without replacement. Most cruisers never realize that removing automatic gratuities without providing alternative compensation essentially steals from hardworking crew members. Cruise lines don't emphasize this because they want you to feel like gratuities are optional, but these tips form a significant portion of your cabin attendant's income. Your cabin attendant's base salary is incredibly low, often just $2 to $3 per day, and they depend on gratuities to support families back home. When you remove automatic gratuities without providing cash tips, you're directly impacting their ability to send money home. Pro tip: if you prefer controlling your tipping, remove automatic gratuities but provide cash tips directly. A good rule is $3 to $5 per person per day for your cabin attendant. Speaking of money, there's a costly mistake many cruisers make with prohibited items. Number 8. Prohibited items will cost you more than just confiscation. Cruise lines prefer you don't know about their confiscation tables because it reveals how common these violations are. At every port, there's a table loaded with confiscated items, primarily hair dryers, irons, steamers, and extension cords. These aren't just taken away. You're often charged disposal fees and face potential safety violations on your record. Hair dryers with US plugs won't work on international ships anyway, and irons create fire hazards in small spaces. But here's what cruise lines don't tell you. Repeatedly attempting to bring prohibited items can result in enhanced security screening on future cruises. Pro tip: instead of prohibited extension cords, bring a non-surge protected power strip or a USB power cube. These are allowed and much more useful for charging multiple devices. But there's one legal item that's getting cruisers banned for life. Number 9. CBD products can end your cruise career. Most cruisers never realize that CBD gummies and products, legal in many states, are federally prohibited on cruise ships and can result in lifetime bans. Cruise lines operate under federal law, and I've heard of cases where cabin attendants discovered CBD products during routine cleaning and reported them to security, resulting in immediate disembarkation and permanent cruise line bans. This isn't just about getting kicked off one cruise, it's about being banned from that cruise line forever. Some cruise lines share ban lists, potentially affecting your ability to cruise with multiple companies. Pro tip: leave all CBD products at home, regardless of local laws. The risk to your future cruise opportunities isn't worth it. But there's an even more serious bathroom mistake that could flood your entire hallway. Number 10. Your toilet isn't connected to city sewers. Cruise lines prefer you don't know how delicate their plumbing systems are because they don't want to scare you about using facilities. But flushing anything other than provided toilet paper can cause backups that flood not just your bathroom, but entire hallway sections. The vacuum-assisted toilets use different pressure systems than home toilets. Flushable wipes are the biggest culprit. They don't break down in marine systems and can cause blockages affecting multiple cabins. When this happens, you're liable for cleanup costs and potential damage to other passengers' belongings. Pro tip: only flush the provided toilet paper. For everything else, use the trash can. If you need a sharps container for medical needs, ask your cabin attendant. They'll provide one free of charge. Now let me share the most outrageous balcony mistake that could get you arrested. Number 11. Never leave children unattended, even for minutes. Most cruisers never realize that leaving children alone in cabins, even briefly, can result in child services involvement and immediate cruise termination. I heard about parents who left their sleeping child in the cabin while they checked on dinner reservations next door. When the cabin attendant entered for turn-down service and found an unattended child, they immediately removed the child to guest services and contacted authorities. Cruise lines take child safety extremely seriously, and their policies are stricter than many hotels. Even if you're just stepping onto your balcony or running to the ice machine, leaving children unattended can be considered neglect under maritime law. Pro tip: always take children with you or arrange for proper childcare through the ship's kids club. The risk of misunderstanding isn't worth the convenience. But there's one final mistake that could ruin your entire vacation. Number 12. Don't forget your essentials on disembarkation day. The biggest mistake I see cruisers make is forgetting essential items in their cabin on the final day. Once you disembark, getting back on the ship requires special permission and can be impossible if the ship is preparing to depart. I've seen people miss flights because they forgot passports, medications, or car keys in their cabin safe. This isn't just inconvenient, it can be incredibly expensive. Missing flights, rebooking travel, and replacing essential medications can cost thousands of dollars. Pro tip: create a cabin checklist the night before disembarkation. Check all drawers, the safe, bathroom shelves, and balcony areas. Pack essentials in your carry-on, not checked luggage. So, which cabin mistake are you most worried about? Or have you ever had a close call on board? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one, and your question could inspire our next deep dive. These insider tips can save you hundreds and protect your entire vacation, but there's still one critical move that could leave you stranded at the port on disembarkation day. Don't miss our next episode. Disembarkation mistakes. Even cruise veterans make. Hit that notification bell so you're always one step ahead of the cruise lines. Thanks for sailing smarter with Cruise Pro. Here's to stress-free voyages and unforgettable adventures. Safe travels.